Good afternoon, good afternoon. I am SandGrain1 and this is episode 15 of the Sandpack series. We are still here at my base B, base B, and we're going to start with a little bit of bee breeding today as well. As you can see, I now have 4 alvearies, so the production is of that is moving along nicely. Another thing you should be able to see here is some strange leaves on this tree here, and that is because I've started tree breathing. You can see this is a silver lime. I have no idea if that's going to be useful for me. There's a nice plank related to it actually. If I find it. Yeah, lime wood. So slightly more orange compared to, for example, oak. Didn't I have spruce here as well? No. I have spruce here. Birch, I mean. Nice neons there. The reason why I am visiting the bee breeding location today is a change that was done in forestry. Apiaries and alvearies now accepts multiple drones. And although that doesn't cause too much trouble, it's inconvenient to store a lot of drones here. I want to have the drones stored outside the apiary so that I can use them. You can see they now stack fairly high. So how this system used to work, both the first drone and the princess would go straight back into the apiary when it was extracted here. But I changed that, so now it's only the princess that goes directly down into the apiary. And then I have this pipe, which is basically exactly the same as what I showed you earlier on this side. So any extra drones that are being made here are now sent here, just like before. But because I now send all drones here, I need to sort of supply one drone from this chest here instead. I have also started breeding of ender bees now. You can see I have one here, and this has been mixed with a cultivated bee, which is why it has a reduced lifespan here. I'm trying to reduce the lifespan so that I get more drones faster. Another thing I want to remove is the effect here, ends, and the ends effect is, well, it's lethal basically. If I remove my protection, the bees hurt me. These, and yeah, another thing that I want to remove is the need to have the end egg here. That is, I think, flowers end, and that refers to the egg from the ender dragon. Other than that, nothing really exciting about this bee. Well, it does produce mystic combs, which results in some interesting things. I can, among other things, create ender pearls from this. I'm going to show you that. But yeah, let's see here. What should I do with this one? Short, slower. I don't have any drones that have changed, I think. Okay, so this is in need of a drone. this is probably a hybrid, yeah, Ender Imperial. I'm not mixing it with cultivated. I'm mixing them with Imperial, and I'm mixing them with Imperial because the Imperial genome here is recessive, just like the Ender genome, and that means that it's an equal chance. If I had mixed it with cultivated, then cultivated had been dominating, and it would have taken me a lot longer to purify to turn it back into a pure ender bee. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm mixing a hybrid bee with a pure bee in order to in in order to remove the impurity. And I think I'm going to find myself a new imperial drone here. These, oh no, that was a mistake. I wonder where it went. Ah, it's back there. I, maybe it's, yeah, now no flowers. Oh, that's nice. Oh well, I'll clean up that later. But yeah, short and fast, and it's cave and nocturnal. So this is my super bee. So I'm trying to make give the ender bee the same abilities by mixing them. Okay, so I need to get myself a piston, but I'm going to do that later. Actually, before we go back to base A, I'd like to talk a little bit about the processing room here. This is going to be a tower with multiple floors, or at least 3 floors, with a nether portal above here. But yeah, this is where I process the resources being made here by the bees. So drones is sorted here and will turn in the red line and go into a recycler, and that turns the bees drones into scrap, at least 25% of them. That is burned in the generator, and that is slowly filling up this MFE. And that MFE is then the source for power for the recycler, and that is actually a sustainable system. But it doesn't look like I can use it for anything else because my apiaries out there doesn't make enough drones. Well, they do make a lot of drones, but they end up in those chests there. So the only drones I get here is hybrid drones, and I'm making very few hybrid drones. The combs comes here, and all combs go down into the centrifuge here. Other resources is then sent into the green line and continue to this chest, Uh, in now, some resources you might want to send back into a centrifuge, and in my case, I am doing that with the silky propolis. So all silky propolis goes straight back into the centrifuge and is turned into silk wisp. So this chest is slowly filling up with resources, and I'm thinking about bringing these with me, at least some of them. I need more scented paneling. Sticky resin is made when you centrifuge propolis, and pulsating propolis is turned into ender pearls, and I will show you that. I can bring silk wisp as well. Yeah, but let's move to base A and see what's going on there. A lot of the processing I do is still requires some manual labor here. So I'm going to give this some beeswax. royal jelly and pollen, and that it should be able to produce about 32 of these center panels. The honey I drop here in the squeezer. Then I have one place here for the silky propolis, one place here for a lot of honeydew, and the silky resin, sticky resin I put here. So I get a lot of rubber. I'm actually recycling rubber because, yeah, I'm not sure if it's worth it to make it turn it into rubber before I recycle it. But one sticky resin does give 3 rubber, so at least I get more scrap out of it. These pulsating propolis, first I need to make some what is it called? Pulsating mesh. What was the recipe again? Like this. Yeah. Pulsating mesh. Make a few of these. Oh, perfect. And then I give them to this carpenter here, and that will turn it into ender pearls. And then I use the ender pearls in this assembly table to create more pulsating chipsets. Looks like I need more iron redstone chipsets. I can start the production of that as well, I think. 16? Yeah. And then I manually refill these engines. Still haven't decided how I want to set it up. This system here now, and now that this assembly table is running, it is very energy demanding, so I don't really have enough, really not producing enough energy here to run all these machines. I sort of like doing these simple manual tasks. From time to time I also store some biomass. Yep. So these are the steps I sort of do every time. And when I'm sick and tired of them, I start automating it. So I'm using pumpkins in my silk seed oil here, making a seed oil. Now this chest contains something that we've seen before, and I need to do something about it. I'm getting a lot of oil, and I'm going to show you where I get it. Let me just recharge my jetpack and prepare a little bit. Just to get some point of reference here, this is my current main base. Base B is about 600 blocks in that direction. And my starting base is about, let's see, 300 or so blocks in that direction. And we're actually going to travel in that direction now, because about halfway there I have set up an oil gathering station. You can see it come there. I have a chunk loader on it using the quarry. It's loading very slow here. But this is my oil well system. So I have a peat-fired engine here, and I am fueling it with bituminous peat. And the peat-fired engine is now powering the pump and a bottler. Now the pump is something that everyone has seen before, but the bottler might be new for a lot of players. But it's basically just putting whatever liquid it has here into the capsules that you place here. And I believe it is cross mod compatible, so you can use tin cans from tin cells, I mean, from IndustrialCraft, stuff like that. So this is how I am producing and gathering oil at the moment. I'm not going to give that peat-fired engine any more fuel now because it's going to run out of capsules. Well, maybe one. Can give it one more. I think. Yeah. Probably okay. But yeah. Pretty basic. Oops. And when this oil well is empty, I'll move on to the next one. So the next step would be to take these oil capsules, put them in a squeezer to extract the oil, and then put that oil on to put that oil into a refinery, and then yeah, create fuel. We have time for one more thing this episode, and I'm planning on moving this quarry here. Basically just yeah, going to excavate this chunk here between that hole and that hole. So we need to move this here. Just going to take it apart. So we can start with that. Oh no, it did not drop. Yeah, I need some landmarks and stuff, so let me clean up this and prepare a little bit. I'm gonna set the quarry up here in this corner, and when you're setting up a quarry, remember that the frame is going to be one larger than the hole. So this block will now be digged up, and then do the same here and over here. Should be okay. Right click to get the lines and place the quarry. Very simple. I like to pick up these landmarks. And now we're going to provide some power to the quarry. So let's start by placing a few golden conductive pipes, and I'm going to have one like this at the end, and wooden conductive pipes on the ends there. The engines will connect there, and the pump will be in the middle. I'm going to make a hole for a pool of water. Maybe I should have made it slightly larger, because when this starts up and is going to fill up the engines with water, it might actually suck up all the water here. But let's just see how this goes. Let's place the gate. So I'm going to have one gate on that engine and one on that, and a third gate outside there. Let's... oh, I can place that later. Now the wiring should go between all gates, like this. And now we're setting the rules here. I want these engines to turn themselves off if they're getting overheated. So we're going to set that rule first. If the engine turns yellow, it should send a red pipe signal, blue pipe signal. And we can do that on this as well. Now, the red pipe signal is going to be the thing that turns everything on. So if the red pipe signal is on, then it should emit a redstone signal. And we do the same here. So, and yeah, here as well. If there is a redstone signal in on that gate, it should forward that signal as a red pipe signal. And last is this one. In order for this to be true, we also want the blue pipe signal to be off. So if the engine turns yellow and turns on the blue pipe signal, then it will turn off the redstone signal, and that in turn turns off the engines. So let's see, both light up, or all three lights up. So now I just need some fuel. Almost forgot to hook up the pipeline here. So that should be it. Give this engine its fuel. Turn it on. Let's see how that goes with the water supply here. Looks like it's generating source blocks fast enough. Now it's stable, or... okay, now they are full, so now this should be okay. And the frame is building pretty fast now, because it's 2 combustion engines. It isn't rendering the progress there, it looks like. That should be it, and now we get this moving along nicely. So that's enough for today, I think. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.